My name is Simone Johnson from Battersea, South London, but many of you may know me as Monie Love.
Okay, so can you tell us about how you got into the whole hip-hop scene?
Hip-hop made its way to London, I think in 83 or 84, and a community of kids in England from all areas, north, west, south, east, adopted hip-hop from watching wild style movies and different graffiti movies, different breakdance movies and pop locking movies, things like that. And we adapted it here in the UK, and we created our own community. So we basically created a pseudo world, if you will, of what was going on in the United States with the brand new phenomenon of hip-hop culture emerging onto the horizon. So we basically coveted it, we studied it, and we began our own community, the same thing, with the same likeness in this country. So there's an entire generation of people here in the UK that came up through hip-hop. There's breakers, there's graph artists, there's MCs, there's DJs, like there is like a wide array of people, and some people, everybody has progressed into doing something else. Some of us have progressed into being journalists, music journalists. Some of us have progressed into being artists. In a wide scope of art, not just graffiti art. Some of us have also gone on to be MCs and prolific songwriters. Some of us have gone on to win world championship DJ supremacy competition, you know. So there's been a lot of folks that derived from the UK hip-hop scene and community that have gone into other areas of art and of entertainment.
Okay, so if you had any particular memories about back then, that scene, anything that keeps to mind, any memories about what the scene was like?
Yeah, I remember when, I remember something very distinctly, and it comes to the top of my head right now, and that's when the Beastie Boys and DJ Hurricane had a fight with Pogo and Billy and Swifty and everybody at the Hippodrome, and that was just like at the beginning of everything. It was just madness, like, what are you lot doing? You know, but yeah, Beastie Boys and them got into a fight in the Hippodrome. Everybody was young and stupid, and testosterone was flying all over the place, you know. The good news is, later on, everybody came around and wound up being cool with each other and respecting each other within the art and within the hip-hop community. But that was nuts.
Yeah, so I wanted to talk about Just Bad, because that is like the start of your career, really. Can you tell us how that came about?
Just Bad came about because friends that were hanging out at Spats, which was the one place offered to us hip-hoppers at the time as a place where we could go, we could listen to electro and early hip-hop and all of that, and we could actually battle each other and perfect our dance moves and our skills and all of that. The only offering that we had as a roof over our heads to do that was a 2-hour lunchtime spot called Spats off Tottenham Court Road, hosted and put together and done by Tim Westwood. He was the only person that was catering to us at the time. He was playing hip-hop music. He was the aficionado, which is why to this day he's the dude, because he was there in the beginning and he helped it all the way along. So it was friends that used to gather at Spats, which was Sparky Ski, Pogo, MC Mello, and me. And we were all friends, and then from Spats, sometimes we would leave and we would ride back to Pogo's house where he had his deck set up, and we would sit there and talk, and Mello and I would write rhymes, and Sparky would mess around on his keyboards and stuff, and then we actually, from jamming, we actually started really making songs. So from that point we decided to call ourselves something, and you know, in the spirit of like a Boogie Down Productions or something, we came up with Just Bad Productions, and we cut a record. We actually cut a record, and that
record was on Tough Groove, right?
That record was
the connection there.
Tough Groove was a label that Chuck knew, Brian Chuck knew, a producer for Zamba, and Tim Westwood jointly were in the process of forming, and so they decided that their first act would be Just Bad Productions, because obviously we're the spawn of Tim Westwood's lunchtime, you know, jam session. So of course he's going to see it, recognize and be like, you know what, this probably would be a good first start artist off of for you know, the record label. And so he released that first song. There was no official paperwork at the time, and we were all very much underaged, so that would probably lead towards explaining why there was only ever one offering from Just Bad and under Tim Westwood's label. Is because we were all like ridiculously underaged. We couldn't have signed anything without our parents anyway, and it was a good experience though, because the record did go out, it did make noise, it got attention, and we started throwing our own jams and our own parties at different community centres around London, and everybody would come out. We supported each other. We supported each other. All the different crews supported each other. Even the crews that were adversaries to the other crews would come to see what the other crews were doing. You know, so it was definitely a good stepping stone and a good learning experience.
Oh, the track with Ice-T that never got released.
Bloody hell, what was that? I don't remember it.
Bullets Carry No Names.
Wow, how the heck? Oh wow, okay, Bullets Carry No Names, awesome song, awesome, so riveting in its meaning, but I really totally forgot that we even recorded that song, and it's ironic that you even bring it up. And Ice-T and Ice-T embraced me, as far as LA and West Coast goes. He was the one that embraced me and took me under his wing when I got out to LA. When I first got signed to Warner Brothers, which of course Warner Brothers headquarters was in Burbank, California, in LA. So he took me under his wing, and during that time, you know, he had me as family. I'm in the studio with him, and video shoots with him. You know, his wife embraced me, Darlene at the time, who is the mother of all of what today call themselves video models. She would be the prototype, sidebar, but I just want to say that because God only knows what that's turned into and how horrible it is for little girls growing up right now. That's a whole different subject. I'm not going to go there. But the bottom line was the song with Ice-T and I, he always said that he wanted to do a song together. He always said that we were going to do something together. So he put the beat on, we sat there, we vibed, and you know, we came up with that. And I cannot believe you even remember that song. This is Monie Love, and from my heart, I just want to give a great big shout out to the Universal Zulu Nation. So glad to see you guys are present here for my homecoming. It means a lot to me, and I'm glad I had this time to talk to you.